Hey guys. So today I am going to be creating a new funnel in system. So I'm switching everything over from Go High Level to my system account. And I didn't get everything moved over in time, but I took screenshots and I have the copy. So you're going to see me putting together some pages in a funnel, and I'm going to go through all the steps of how to piece it all together and how to connect it all at the same time as I'm doing this, right? So I thought, why not? I'm going to be doing this anyways. Let me record myself and then you can follow along. So this funnel is called the Success Switch, and it starts off with a free 7-day podcast. So it's like a free opt-in page. And then it goes to a sales page where I sell the Success Switch challenge. And then I'm not sure if there's an order form page or if it just goes to thank you page. So I'm going to have to think back on that, but I'll show you the differences and why you kind of need to know that in advance. So a lot of this is just going to be screen recordings. I'll pop back in every now and then, but I wanted you guys to see the process in action. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so this is a system. I am going to go ahead and create a new funnel here. I'm going to call it Success Switch. Use my domain, and then I'm just going to build a custom funnel from scratch. Okay, so it's created it right here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And now I get to add my funnel pages. So this is covering the step right there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the opt-in page first. So this is going to be the free podcast. And this is an opt-in page. And I'm going to start from scratch. It's just easier that way. So I'm going to put pre-podcast opt-in. So I know what this is, but I see people opting in. And I'm going to have the link be lit the Success Switch. Flip the Success Switch podcast. So as simple as that, lowercase, adding the dash. When you see that check mark, you know it's good. So now I'm going to create the page just by clicking edit. And so let me show you what we have going on. So I took a full page screenshot of the page before, and it's a terrible screenshot, but luckily this is a very small, short page. So if you can pretend that this is just a kind of duplicated, so I already know how to create it. All right, so the very first thing I'm going to add is the footer. So I have a saved footer under my master blocks that I can use all the time so that all the footers look the same. And then I'm going to go back into Elements, and I'm going to add a new section. And I'm just going to pull it and drag it to where I want it to be. So the footer needs to be at the bottom, so the section needs to be at the top. Now, from the screenshot, you can see it is a 2-column section. So I'm just going to drag the 2 columns over there. And now we have the 1 section and the 2 section, and we're ready to go. So this section here was just an image. So I'm going to drag that into that box. And this section over here was text. And I did copy out the text into a Google Doc. Now, of course, I probably have this copy somewhere, but I wanted to make the move very quickly from Go High Level to System. So I just copied it out. So let's see. Kind of got like a headline, a subheadline, and some 3 sections. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to click the headline, move that right there. And then I'm going to take some text. And I think that's all I'll need. I forgot to change my settings here. So I don't like this font. I use the Google font Montserrat, but I like to have everything and it's very easy to read. So I changed that in the settings so everything on the page turns into that font. So let's see, I'm going to copy that headline and I'm just going to copy and paste over this. Okay. Then I'm going to copy and paste the rest into here. All right. Now, I don't like that it's bold, so I'm going to unbold it. I don't like that it is center aligned, so I'm going to uncenter it. Also, the font is too small, so I'm going to change that font. You can just drag it around or you can enter the number. So that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the spacing. And then I had a button. So this opt-in page has a button, which is going to show a pop-up for the name and email. Let's see. All right. And I didn't actually screenshot the top of this page. I can't remember if it was like a headline at the top or not. Let's take a look at how that would look. And I love the fact that you can just drag and drop everything, right? It's just so easy to use. And I can even move this down if I don't want a full section. Now, I know, I like this better. So I know I'm moving pretty quickly. Feel free to pause it at any point or ask questions in the comments. Happy to answer anything. So now I gotta go find that picture. Okay, so I found the picture and I'm just inserting it now. Perfect. I love how this looks. I love that it's pretty much the same size. And now I need to add in the button. Okay. So in my old page, the button was orange. But I'm kind of sticking with the blue buttons here. Can always change it later. It's not that important. I'm just going to click on the button to get, okay, it's going to be show pop-up. I need to create the pop-up. Then we're going to do get instant access. And I don't want the subtext. Perfect. So now I go to create the pop-up. So click pop-ups and all right, here is just a basic pop-up. And let's see, I have a saved block, I believe. Yeah, so I'm going to try this one. Okay, because it's already got the name and email. You can add them yourself, but I like to save things. Enter your best email address for immediate access. And then I'm going to put get instant access again. Okay. And so you can save things by clicking the save button on any of these things. So on a row, on a section. So once you start creating pages, just save them and then it's going to save you so much time later. So we've got first name, email, button thing down there. All right, let me just go back to pop-up settings. Okay. Show close button. This one kind of tripped me up the first time. I like to have that on so that's this X so people can close it out. Okay. Open pop-up automatically. No. Otherwise it just covers up the page. Open on exit intent. This one I'm on the fence on whether you do it or not. I've noticed that it pops up very soon and I don't really like that. It covers the page. So I like to keep it off, but on the fence there. And then let's go back. What I want to do is just click on the page. I want to make sure that that button opens to pop up. So I need to select that pop up there. Okay. So pretty sure the page is done and I'm not going to have a background. I'm just going to be very simple here. Click save. Now, one thing I do need to do is make sure under settings that I put my pixel in. And this one's going to be the content. So hold on while I add the header code. Okay, header code added. We are all good now. I'm going to click save and then I'm exiting the page. So now you can see that the page is here. When we add more pages, they'll be listed down here. The next step is going to be adding automation rules so that when someone signs up, number one, they're going to get tagged. Number two, they're going to get added to the delivery email sequence. And that's it on this page. So I'm going to add this rule first. When the funnel step form is subscribed, it's going to do this. It's going to add a tag. I like to have all the tags opt-in, So like this is where I describe like what it is. Is it a registration, a purchase, an opt-in, whatever that is? And then I put in what is it? Free podcast opt-in, right? And so it's going to create the new one. So that's what's really nice about this. If you can create the tag first, or you can create it as you're doing this, and then just make sure you hit save. Okay. Now I mentioned the delivery email. That is a separate thing we have to do under emails and campaigns. We need to create that first and then come back to the automations and set that up. So let's do that now. We're going to go to campaigns. Now I have a bunch of my campaigns already, just like the copy and paste, because saving myself time. So I'm going to copy this one. All right. So now we're in the copied one. Let's say duplicate it. Now it's going to be, I need to change the name, deliver free podcast opt-in. Okay. And now I'm going to click on the email, and this is where I'm going to edit it. So let me go find that email copy. Now what we need to do is understand that the subject line and the email body are separate. So I'm going to start with the body, and I'm going to click on that. And then I'm just going to copy and paste the email copy that I have. Okay. So okay, so the way my podcast works, it's using Hero or Hiro, and it's going to be connected so that when someone signs up, they get the download link. So I don't have any information to give them, which kind of sucks. I don't really like that, but they have to check their email for that other email. So I still send an email so people know, and if something happens and they have my contact. Okay, perfect. So I still send them this welcome email, even though they're going to get an email from Hero with the actual download link. And I can't send that because it's specific to them. So there's no like main link that I can send. So I'm just going to save these changes, hit exit. Now I'm going to do the subject line. I'm going to copy and paste my subject line and then just hit save. And then I'm going to hit exit. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, actually, one little tiny tweak. I don't like it that the emoji's at the end. Little things like that. Okay, now I'm going to hit exit. And now I'm going to go back to the page that I created. And I'm going to add the automation in. So there's already an automation. When someone signs up, they get tagged. And then I'm going to add to that so that they also get this sequence. So it's a campaign. That's what the sequences are called. And I'm just going to find the one. Where is it? It never seems to be at the top or the bottom. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now make sure I hit save. So now when someone signs up, they're going to get tagged, and they're going to get tagged, and they're going to get that email. Now on the other end, I need to connect system with Hiro. And so I'm going to do that with a webhook using Padly. And I am going to probably create another video for that. This is going to be like a series because there's different steps that we need to take throughout making the funnel. And I think I'm going to separate these into different videos so that they don't take too long. But ask me questions, drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. And I'll see you in part 2.